So this is the real reason you really can't front rack a bar. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Sean Floch of Floch Fitness. If you are new to the channel, Floch Fitness is all about health and performance of the ageless athlete. We have tons of content, including nutrition tips, podcasts, product reviews, and exercise tutorials like these. So if you're into that type of thing, please subscribe. If you have tried CrossFit or any type of functional fitness before, you know one of the most frustrating things is trying to front rack a barbell. You have probably tried tons of different band-aids like wrist wraps or weightlifting shoes, or maybe you even tried some mobility like some stretching in the wrists or elbows, or maybe one of those PVC stretches that you've seen before. And maybe you've seen some small improvements in your front rack capabilities, but you really haven't seen any long-term progress. I'm gonna show you exactly why you're unable to get that good front rack position, and then we're gonna go over the first steps on how to fix it. In the hundreds of athletes that I've worked with that have issues with the front rack position, most of them have a compression from back to front of their mid and upper spine. Some even have compression from their lumbar spine all the way up to their shoulder blades. And what I mean by compression is that as you look from back to front, it almost looks like the rib cage is shoved forward. The reason that this is an issue, if you try to flex and externally rotate your shoulder when your rib cage is compressed forward, it makes it almost nearly impossible to get into that position without having to compensate through the joints of the shoulder, elbow, and wrist. Why are we compressed from back to front? In functional fitness in general, we're working with a lot of extension-based exercises that are causing a lot of the spinal erectors to work, the mid-back to work. You're basically thinking of all the pulling that you're doing. Pull-ups, ring rows, power cleans, etc. And it's not countered by nearly as much pressing. Combine that with the fact that most people are sitting at a desk all day, driving ourselves into this compressed back to front position, and you have a recipe for a lacking front rack position. What we need to do is address what the first steps are in order for us to reverse this back to front compression. And for the athletes that I work with, we want to get expansion through the back of the rib cage in order for us to drop the rib cage down and give us some ability to breathe without having to drive ribs forward. You're so compressed posteriorly that the only way that you can get air into your body is by allowing your belly to breathe and expand, and your chest moves further forward, actually contributing more to that compressive strategy from back to front. So we need to really simplify this and get ourselves expanding in the mid and upper back, and that's where we're gonna go to a hook lying position with reach. In this hook lying position, what I'm trying to do is drive air in between the ground and my rib cage. The keys to those who are ageless athletes dealing with this posterior compressive position is that you're gonna try to get air through your belly. And what we don't wanna do is get air through the belly. We wanna drive air into our upper back. So we're gonna use the floor to our advantage, and then we're gonna reach from that position. But the reach isn't necessarily to get yourself off the ground, it's just to open up the space in between the shoulder blades. Let's describe exactly how we're gonna get this done. You're gonna lie down on your back, and you can have your head supported by something like an RX pad or some kind of ab mat. You're gonna take a foam roller or something roughly 4 inches in diameter and place that between your knees. That's gonna prevent you from hyperextending the lower back. You're gonna tuck your back pockets so that you feel your glutes and hamstrings kick on, but you're gonna keep your belly super relaxed. From here, you're gonna reach both of your hands toward the sky, and then you're gonna go ahead and reach, getting the shoulder blades apart. You'll notice that I'm not overreaching in this position, which looks like this. So you see in that position, my pecs and neck kick on. That's not what I want. I just want to, instead of pulling my shoulder blades together, I'm just gonna get my shoulder blades apart. That's it. From here, I'm gonna keep my hips tucked. And now what I'm focusing on is filling up my rib cage from the low back, mid back, and upper back. In this position, it's gonna be easiest to feel in the mid back. So let's focus on that. You're gonna breathe in through your nose, keeping the tongue on the roof of your mouth so you don't use too much of your inhaling muscles through your mouth, creating tension through your neck. So I'm gonna breathe in. Now I'm going to exhale. And you'll notice that that exhale is just an extended sigh. As you get to the end of the sigh, you're gonna start to feel your muscles around your rib cage start to contract. That's exactly what we want, but I don't want you to reach and flex your abs. This is your rectus. This is not what we want. We'll address why you don't want to do that in a later video. But for now, you just want to feel your abs kick on. Once you feel that tension and you've exhaled fully, you're going to pause for 3 seconds. So I exhale. Pause, 2, 3. Now on this inhale, I'm gonna breathe into the floor, keeping my hips tucked and keeping my shoulder blades apart. But I'm not breathing in so much as to let go of this position and breathe into my belly. I'm just gonna feel a little bit of a stretch as I breathe into the floor. That's it. Now I exhale. I usually do this for about 2 sets of 5 breaths, and what I would do is retest your front rack position after doing this exercise and see if you have a better ability to keep your rib cage down while keeping your elbows flexed and externally rotated. One of the most important things that I hit home with all of my clients is that you can't over inhale. Because you're in an ideal position, you're gonna wanna deviate into your old movement pattern. We're not gonna let that happen. We're gonna keep very relaxed, but I only wanna feel that expansion through my rib cage between the floor and my body, not that rib forward position, because again, that's gonna put us back into the compressed posture that we're trying to fight against. That's all I have for today. If you like this video or you learned something, hit that thumbs up button down below. And while you're there, please subscribe to stay up to date on all of our latest content. I'm Floch of Floch Fitness. Thank you so much for watching, and have an awesome day.